last 3 months. But let's take a look at this one. Gamers Without Borders, of course, not currently counted.
Yeah, I don't count it. If you do at home, that's cool. I
that's
don't.
Cool.
It's not in my my repertoire of tournaments played in recent times.
Do you see a boatload of util for the NiP pistol? Check this out. And LNZ's already dumping some flashes off hampus into the lamps area, and a fight on mid as well. What's Frozen up to? He wants to bring the fight, immediately body dropped, and they're about to commit to B. There's so many players in lamps, 3 to be specific. Plopski's got the bomb doors, and Rez is even juking it out with a USP. That's Frozen's, and he's used it to shut down A-Core.
In fact, he's upgraded from the P250 into that. Now ropz has to deliver. He hears Rez running very, very loud, and bullet to the side of the head. There's another for ropz, and 3 huge kills. ropz has shut this down.
That was lovely. Oh, good to see ropz is back in the server. I think he's about to equal his frag total after the half if he's not careful.
This is a big reposition. I don't think hampus will be ready for this. This could be the ropz ace.
Could very well be if they're bringing the bomb as well. Plopski's maneuvering in that direction. ropz with 3 spectacular heads. He hasn't even reloaded. Look, this could be a 1-clip ace. This could be a 1-clip ace.
The boost as well.
Sound cue. Will he hear it? Oh. ropz nearly does it on the single clip of his USP, and he saved them. Don't forget, double opening for the boys of the Ninjas in Pajamas, but quick response. Despite what Rez started with, it's only hampus to try and finish.
hampus has to make audibles here, and I think this is going to be heard from Dexter. That donut position you can hear a lot. It almost feels like hampus has to go towards A, trying to transition now up towards shelf. He's going to get spotted. He's passed.
Just about squeaky bum time. My God, he's
might
dead.
get the plan
he's
here.
Not going to get a bomb plan. Look at that. They're already there.
Oh, he didn't drop the smoke. Oh, that one got very tight in the scheme of things. ropz bailed him out in a big way right there, and mousesports starts thing off with a huge pistol. This got very odd, didn't it?
Uno. DOS is lovely, and there's our third as well. Just first bullet out.
Oof.
He's going to feel a bit hard done by, isn't he?
Yeah, the ace would have been fantastic, wouldn't it?
Let's see his reaction when he didn't quite finish it off. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Lovely stuff. mousesports will take the pistol.
Okay, well, no plant. So NiP going into a buy with no plant. Do they want to go for it, or do they want to take a bit of a save here? NiP have shown a lot of different faces in how they do these rounds over, look, threats return. I think we have a bit of a technical timeout again here, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with us, right? Just stay calm. Everybody chill on out. And in-game, it even says communication is not allowed during a technical pause. Just to remind everybody. So Frozen's going to take this time, take a little bit of sip of that coffee. Maybe it's a tea. Maybe it's a hot chocolate. It could be anything. Speculation at an all-time high. But Ancient is a map, if you're just tuning back in, I was reading some comments of people saying, yeah, online Counter-Strike, I didn't watch any of it. I wasn't interested. Well, if you're just coming back now with LAN,
true.
Get bloody interested in Ancient, because obviously the newest map to the map pool, it reminds some people of Cache or Cache. And look, we love it, right? When these new maps come in, it's refreshing. It adds something new. You get to see these players starting to innovate, coming up with new ways to solve problems. Big smile there on the face of Dexter. Interesting as well, he's got his teammates or his ex-teammates in Renegades in the building with him, right? So probably the first time that he's going to have any chance to wave at them since this whole transition has gone on down, because think about it, with that team for a very long time and then gets the call up. Look, this is quite a funny story. Dexter in his Twitter profile for the longest time had that he was a dad. And I just believed he was a dad.
Because, you know, why would you put that you're a father in your profile if you weren't?
Yeah, towards the tail end of the profile, it did say something about him being a troll, but at the same time, look, I just thought it was real. So I remember when Henry was putting together the Cloud9 roster, right? We were having a chat about some players, and
like,
what about Dexter?
Leaders,
like, I was like, oh, yeah, he's got a kid though, so I don't know if he'd want to come live.
Relocate.
I don't know if he'd want to. And then we had Dexter on one of the HLTV Confirmed podcasts, and we asked him, and he was like, no, I'm not a dad. It's like, okay.
Obviously haven't missed out on opportunity.
No, nothing like that. Like, but now, look, he's in Mouse. He's showing what he's got. mousesports have had some decent results.
He's got huge shoes to fill as well. Like, let's not look at, like, the players of the rest of mousesports, the leaders they've played with. Carrigan's got giant boots, and I don't fancy his chances of filling them immediately. But he's got new ideas, and I think the integration process is going to be, you know, a long one. He's definitely had the time now to kind of have his game communicated to the rest of his squad.
It didn't look good in the beginning.
No.
Like it didn't. They didn't take like a duck to water, right? It was actually a slow transition, and not only would it be for Dexter deciding on what they're going to implement and the tools that he has at his disposal. Dexter was one of the stars, or if not the star, of Renegades when he was on the team. So before it was, okay, I need to be a big fragging force. Now it's, I have ropz and Frozen in my team, and I need to make this work, right? And then you have to adjust to the punishment that is European Counter-Strike. Just, you cannot make mistakes. They do not exist, right? They don't exist whatsoever. So there's been that adjustment period as well. This is called the floating head res cam. We've been working on this one. This is one we've had in the lab.
Yeah.
And just listen in. Oh, here, that is actually probably Rez's in-game head. This is one of MC's little jobbies, isn't it? He loves these.
Is he wearing sunnies and a balaclava? That is a full commitment to the anonymity.
It would be hot.
Yeah, no
Wouldn't
thanks.
it be bloody humid?
Yeah, and a real sweaty face, especially because it's you know, it's a pretty tropical location.
Yeah.
Sun is shining. This guy's got it right.
Well, he has a beard though. The beard gets itchy. It definitely.
Oh, in the heat?
It definitely gets itchy, prickly, itchy.
Yeah. For anyone that's just tuned in and sitting there going, "Casters, stop talk, please start game." I understand. It doesn't quite look like we're ready to be going just yet. It's a tech issue delaying us at this point in time, and I will admit that this is probably, you know, two teething pains day one.
Yeah.
Everyone's computer's just blowing up compulsively. Everyone's config's got a fruity line of code in it. It's going to take a day to get everyone settled into the environment.
This is the thing. So let's repeat this. Unless you're a team who's been playing in a bootcamp environment, which a lot of them have,
Yeah.
right? Most of those bootcamp environments that you'd see, like maybe for MIBR, right? Or maybe for EG, they're not permanent bootcamp environments. They come over, they have to set everything up. So they're familiar with the similar studio type setup that we're looking at here with this event. But for NiP, on the other hand, they're in their space, they're in their office, right? Your PC is your PC. It's like, Linus, here you go. Device, here you go. And you're set up with your config, you know. So when you come to these events and you have to reset everything up, and, you know, maybe you've forgotten what your launch commands were, or now you're using in-ears. In-ears is something with these helicopter headsets that we haven't been seeing a whole lot of, obviously. They just haven't been a necessity. You're going to be a couple of little issues here.
Yeah, you saw Device's sleeve as well. That's from a very famous tattoo artist. If you haven't seen it, it's beautiful work. It's by a man called Mark Wasgerau.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
I believe he's Danish.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
All of the Danish Counter-Strike players follow him.
Okay, is that where like config has some nice tattoos as well, doesn't he?
Good shout. But yeah, it's like the statue of David. It's got all of that going on.
This is a nice camera angle. What would you call this one?
Atmospheric. Ooh.
All right. Ooh. Look at the glove combo. That must be, I think that's Frozen there with the tiger tooth.
Got a blue theme from someone as well.
I think that's BMAS. Who's gone the red theme? ropz, of course. Oh, I guess it's a pinky red theme.
I do think that is the prettiest of the USPs, though.
All right.
The Neo Noir, though more expensive, looks worse than that one.
Yeah.
What's it called? The one with the brain, I have it.
The one with the brain.
Yeah, I
Is
can't
that the Tin Man?
Tin Man? Don't think so.
Or is it the Scarecrow?
You doing for like a Wizard of Oz theme?
Yeah, I was thinking about which one didn't have the brain.
The
The lion didn't.
Lion had a heart, didn't have a heart.
Wasn't it
Or Courage?
Courage?
Isn't that heart? Yeah, okay.
I know, that's where they lost me.
Tin Man.
Someone wanted a heart. I guess
Man
Tin
wanted
Man
a
didn't
heart?
have a heart?
Yeah, if I only had a heart. That was what I did in my Wizard of Oz performance.
Okay, all right. How musical was that
Oh, dude,
performance?
there was a dance routine. So the Yellow Brick Road,
Yes.
Myself and Amelia, my first crush,
Okay.
were doing the Yellow Brick Road dance.
All right.
Music stopped. Live performance.
Oh, no.
The theatre full of parents.
Oh, no.
And I, being the superstar I am, continued
Of course
the
you
whole performance.
What about
Amelia
Amelia?
sat there dumbstruck.
Oh,
She let me down. But there I was, off the Yellow Brick Road, left and right and left and right. I got a standing ovation.
Well, I'm glad that the support network was there for
Yeah,
you.
Alex the Tin
carrying
Man.
on
Then I got
through.
bullied. Everyone called me gay and I quit.
Oh, well, and here you are.
Here I am. Everyone calls me gay and I'm not going to quit.
Well, just a note so everybody can stay up to date with what's happening here. We're restarting a PC.
Oh,
so
classic.
bear with us. That's normally the IT comes in, they go, listen, mate, have you tried turning it on and off again? It tends to work more often than not. You would be surprised.
Except you're not allowed to say that in tech support now.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
because
a bit
that's
condescending.
patronising.
To be fair, when I'm on the phone with the internet guy and he's like, have you tried restarting the router? And I'm like, mate, Are you bloody killing me? I've got packet loss. You think that I haven't restarted the round?
Yeah. But instead of saying, you know, is it switched on? You say, is the power light indicator currently lit?
Ah,
you
okay.
See what I'm saying?
All right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to really spoon feed him. Ay, ay, ay.
Good to see Jason.
Jason Moses is a tool in the flesh.
Yeah.
He's probably having a nap now. He's had 1 hour's sleep.
He has to be watching, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's his job. Touche, touche. Let's get a little litmus test. Hit us up on Twitter right now if you think this is going 3. Because I'm about to ask Chad, and I'd like to have other people's opinions in my Twitter box to bounce off of. Is this going 3? This is NiP's pick. They've already won it on LAN, the first ancient LAN game. Up against LDLC. Now, I will admit that I think mousesports is a very different beast.
Indeed.
What's your expectation?
Mirage was limp, especially that second
it?
half. I didn't like it. I didn't like what I was seeing. Acor was getting absolutely manhandled in middle, right? He was almost a non-issue.
Yeah.
He was an issue for mousesports, if anything, right? He was just getting picked off left, right, and center. 1-0. Look, let's go with it's going 3. I don't know how much I believe it. Like, I'm torn. I'm very... oh, now hampus has issues. Okay. Oh, never mind. Device is trolling us. Maybe we're going to go back underway. 16-14.
Wait,
Number 1, Team Spirit.
Okay, to be fair, Spirit's Dust 2 is dirty, but that's against Vitality.
Yeah. And they look good in their opening game against Renegades.
They really did.
Yep.
Oh, man, if Vitality don't make it to the main event, like, I don't know, I just have an expectation of seeing more of them.
I'd like to see the Woo. I'd like to see the Woo getting a step further. Look,
Did they upgrade the Candle Flame yet?
I
think they did. Is it? I mean, we weren't that close before. No one can. You physically cannot get that close to it as a
burn.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's like a Bunsen burner safety flame. I think you're gonna be totally fine.
Oh, I remember the Bunsen burn.
Yeah. You remember everyone on your safety flames? There was always that one kid who'd put it on blue and put his hands. I don't know.
Science was weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we did a lot, but I don't know how much of it I retained. It was interesting-ish. Primary school was better for me, right? I remember we learnt like compression in a bottle because we made bottle rockets, right? So we did that.
We went out to the field.
Yeah. So you get to pick what you wanted to do, and me and a couple of other boys, we did bottle rockets. That was fun. What else did we? Mia gets 31 kills.
Yeah, but 7 kills in the last 2 rounds,
That's
and it's a
nice.
16-14. So he just basically
won them the game.
Well,
it's good to see Mir performing well, right? He was obviously in that Gambit roster for a little period of time there.
Am I making up his time in Gambit Youngsters? It didn't ever happen, did it?
No, it wasn't Gambit Youngsters. He was in part of Gambit with... this was back... Jeez, I think we're going back to the tail end of 2018, I believe.
He has worn that jersey, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did for a little while there. But I think he's really looked more of himself before and now after.
Yep.
I think in Gambit,
and Spirit's Inferno on LAN I really enjoy watching them play that, and I think Chopper's a underrated talent in particular. Seems to still be able to, keep up with the fragging capacity required of him. So that's over on the B stream. Obviously, while we're having this tech issue, I wouldn't blame you for going and check that out. Keep your eyes on the screen. I feel like the majority are rocking a second monitor setup now.
At home?
Yeah, I reckon it's like 60-40. Of our viewership. What do you reckon? Is that a bit of an assumption?
Well, that's a question as well. You still think the lion's share of viewers are watching on a PC or a TV?
Ooh, I think about that with when I used to just, accidentally squeal down the microphone. I realized like that if you're on a big TV setup, it's a whole house, What are you listening to? Turn that off.
Yeah.
I think it's, I reckon that with the whole Chromecast lifestyle we're living now, like the modern world where you can just beam 60 FPS, 1080p from your
any device,
your little square of light to your other square of light. It's pretty lit.
Yeah, look, I would probably still hedge that most people are watching on PCs because Counter-Strike, for those of you who aren't, look, I was going to say indoctrinated. That's probably the wrong way to go about it. The games take a long time, especially with tech pauses like this. So you can keep busy, I think, in a game of Counter-Strike. You can multitask. That's why it's the perfect game for our generation. You can do multiple things. So I reckon most watching on a PC, maybe even playing while watching on that second monitor.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's too confusing.
I just can't multitask like that. I even struggle when I'm watching 2 streams and they're playing the same map. Like my brain just, like if I'm watching one and then I look to the other and my brain just farts. Can't handle it.
I'm receiving news that all 10 members are back in the server, and that news is coming live from the server. So any moment now, we'll be getting this one underway. I hope you've enjoyed what we used to do all the time. I didn't think we'd do as much of it casting as we did on desks, but
True.
today we've done a bit of it.
Yeah.
So filling is something that we've done a bit of in our time. Once upon a time, there was an ice hockey locker room where I think you, me, and Yanko were locked in, and we did like hours worth of fill.
That's right. And the fun part of that was it was an entirely Russian-speaking
Broadcast
production.
right? Yeah.
So there was one person
Had
who
to
was
translate
actually,
everything.
but he wasn't even hired as a translator. He was like hired as a talent manager and ended up
Working in production.
exclusively talking to us so that we could
Have a run of shows.
know what was going on.
All right.
Oh, Counter-Strike.
Well, it's good fun. We've
It
had
is.
some crazy stories. We were with Carmack last night talking about some of the stories over the esports
Oh, the
journey.
old days? Yeah, dude.
Come a long way.
It certainly has. Certainly from what some of the Quake Live stories I was hearing. I mean, that's a while away.
Okay,
It
well,
sounds like
yeah, looks like.
I see both sides typing R, which I believe, and I'm no expert, stands for ready.
I hope so. And the match medic looks like it is done. So those click keys that you are hearing is just one away as freeze time is now ticking on down. Round number 2, getting ready to commence. And, well, we'd have to take a little bit of a look at the buy situation for NiP. What are they going to be opting for here? No surprises. It will be the force buy. I think that was the discussion we had just before we found ourselves in these technical woes. Were NiP going to take a save, get the AKs out the next, or were they going to try and jostle for control? And looks like they'll be jostling. Okay, smoke on out over towards that lamps area quick from NiP, and it's all a bit of a ruse. Device will be holding this rotation over towards B just to make sure there's no early info, and we're setting up for an AXQ. There's 3 smokes.
Back-to-back 4Ks from ropz. What do you think? They come in his sight. He's got an AUG, Chad.
Perfect weapon for the job.
First found. Do you really want to keep pressing the issue against ropz? With the biggest gun in the round. Another warning shot hit and another body dropped. Hampus and Plopski meet their demise. That's 3. Device tested by Linus. There we go. My brain struggling.
I felt like we teleported there for a second. They know where Device is and they know where Linus is. So at this point, all the info on Frozen's pushing middle right now. Getting a bit kinky with it.
And Z.
Oh,
2 bullets do connect, and if Device had something more, they could have had a competitive round there. The end of that, Bemis makes short work of him. Okay, mousesports, they convert, they deal with the armored Deegs, and so they should be able to get the third a little less resistance.
Did that feel to you like it was a little bit less wonky and worrisome than the ones on Mirage? Because remember, Mouse had similar problems. They converted the CT pistol and then they lost a couple. So I think this one right now, where it is just Deagle and P250s in the mix, they need to keep it as clean as possible, right? Losing 2 just there. Still, good damage. Here we go again. No delays this time round. As all 5 members of NiP are heading over towards B.
Double nades, that could really chunk them. Ouch, Hampus left with very little. Dexter trying to keep him honest as best he can. It does look funny without the assist, doesn't it? I just realized.
This might be a nice nade coming on through. Bit more damage done, and now eco farming. Dexter's taken down Linus. The only one to get any damage done previously. Plopski up to the plate. Batter up.
Bada swing.
They should just get minced here, right? There's no armor.
I mean, I don't blame Plopski for just standing still on his D for as long as he can. Just hoping the CTs overextend and give them that snowball. They can eventually turn into an avalanche. Here they come. MP9 should be, whoa, very quick. Dexter for a reactive flashbang. They're even smoking them off. They don't want to give them anything, and I don't blame them. mousesports already in the hole. Mirage, their pick, falling pretty damn flat at the mark.
Well, this is one of those rounds, right? They want to bait out all the util they can. They're doing that. They're still in a threatening position right here, but they would have to convert a couple. And with Rez and Hampus, well, and Device, already the walking wounded, this one should be 3. It'd be great if they could keep everybody alive here for a bonus round going forward. We want to see a competitive series. There it is. Perfect stuff. A-Core to finish things off with that MP9. Going to give him lots of cash money now to invest in that AWP. And CT side AWPing, if A-Core can start to find some traction, that is one change that we didn't see in map number 1. NiP will have their option now to get their buyout. And just to re-establish what we've seen from them so far, they love getting the smoke over towards the lamps position from spawn. From there, they get the B lane control. They have somebody babysitting towards middle or over towards that A main area, and then they just continue with their default from there. But this time round, all 5 over towards B one more time. Early Molotov over towards that B long position. And lots of players from Mouse dealing with mid. This is looking like they might just want to set up and execute over towards this B side
Feels like
early.
Frozen's pushing middle, or at least flirting with the idea.
Maybe they saw LDLC get away with it?
Yeah, maybe. It's always a risk. Definitely some reward in tow. So good on the pop flash, but they still react. That was a great one from Bemis, but Dexter loses his life off the back of it. And advantage now for NiP.
Same molly we saw earlier there, getting rid of any close control. They're going to pop flash and fight again. Get ready for this. About to get real messy over towards B.
Flashing out, they have full control of bedroom, but the smoke's exchange, you have to go through it. Acor's not looking, they could still punish. Bemis is there to house them, and a great chance through the smoke. It's Linus to find them both. And the defenders fall, so does the round. Frozen's still there to contest. ropz a little late from shelf. He could perhaps get his way towards lights. He has a good weapon for this job. Clear out long, the angle's being held. It's hampus just toying with him. Good precision. If he could find another, game on. Both tucked in on cave. Frozen's got so much room to stretch his legs. Rez tucked in on that box. It's an easy clear. Oh, and he's found it as well.
Got a kit.
They can wallbang. Plopski, patience, doesn't want to reveal his location just yet. He's doubled up on him. Oh, this is perfect from Plopski. He has to time it right. And he's denied it. Plopski 19 HP in the pre-fire on ropz' swing. NiP will make their first round known. And have a solid comeback as well.
ropz almost did enough to pull that into contention, right? And it felt good from Frozen too. The fact he gets that dink off, I'm pretty sure it was Frozen getting that dink off from site. You thought maybe ropz can come in and convert. Bemis was scrambling there. Acor and Bemis isolated. These two kills here puts us in that 2v2, and here it is. So, yeah, it was the dink of Frozen. Very quick on that. Well, that was a bit of a bonus, so Mouse will get another crack at things. Frozen with a deep smoke from spawn. That'll be landing over towards these B doors, and it's actually a bit deep. I'm not sure if that was the intention. Smoke's being dropped out from both teams here and creeping up. Rez is looking for a head early. He's just going. They're going through.
Straight in. Dexter's still got smoke in his hand. He's being swung on. Quick react, though. Oh, and the leader steps up in a very big way. Double from Dexter. NiP falling one by one. Collapsing. Hampus is next victim. He doesn't have the bullets. He does have the support. ropz is there, and Hampus just locked in. NiP, they just throw every resource at the B site, and it comes up null.
That acceleration right there, you could see the intention behind it because Rez is trying to extinguish the Molotov so he can go. So you can see it's not the perfect round right there. It's just a call, hey, let's just accelerate on this B bomb site. And Dexter getting away with 2 from behind that pillar. I'm not sure where that smoke came from, that he was playing around here, if it was one of his own, but that was great. It really helped give him a buffer.
Yeah, a little bit of freedom. You can see it there as on the aforementioned smoke, just on the replay from ropz.
Yeah. Big one from Dexter there. Needed that. Well, we're back underway here.
You were talking to Hampus, right? And his suggestion during the podcast was that Ancient at the moment is a very B-orientated map. Well, we're seeing evidence of that in his calling.
See what he's talking about, but I think there's a few more nuances to it. This boost. Oh, Acor ready for that one.
Fuming it.
That's what you want to see. That flash is not going to land where they wanted. The repeak as well. Brave from Dexter.
Pulled out of smoke, though, very early into the piece. I think there's going to be elements that the carry over from the likes of Inferno, you know, contesting for that banana position, holding on, drawing out those CT smokes. Rez has taken down Frozen. He's got a lovely lineup. Where's that off to? All the way from shelf.
Don't think that quite landed where he wanted it to, actually. ropz has continued to push forward and take mid space. So the smoke, I think, in that mid house is just off to one side. Acor's cheating towards B now. They know it's going to be a B finish. Mouse have everybody here. ropz will be able to lock them in from behind as well. We can see they're basically playing retake A. Oh, BMAS just thrust forward off the flash. Good teamwork from Mouse, really starting to come into play here.
Oh, he's looking great on the org. Bemis catches a good timing. Device looking the wrong way. Should be another for the mousesports boys. It's only Plopski, and he's not long either. 5 early for Mouse. They're running away with it at this point in time. Saved their schmeckles, though. We'll get to see NiP full invest off the back of a timeout threat. Given a chance to voice his concerns.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the 6 rounds of play, they played too many gun rounds, right? Yeah. So no warning signs just yet, but if they're unable to stay competitive and keep getting those plants, you got the max loss bonus. You want to make sure you can keep facilitating those buys time and time again. No T-side AWP necessary here. They will be operating with 5 AK-47s again. And yeah, look, if you are one of the A defenders, like ropz is, I think even at some point we might see a secondary AWP come out, but the AUG is the perfect weapon for the job, because if you think about some of the ranges of the fights, it depends on the CT setup for sure, but if they get donut control and you are on the side, the AUG is perfect to take fights down that long corridor. You can play retake in certain situations, and you can take those more longer range fights. But this was Rez. Lovely shot here onto Frozen. Been some, instant frags that are coming in, and this is good to see. So Acor,
that 3 ping.
Yeah.
3 MS, definitely do see it in some of the reaction times of these players.
This is their default right now. Hampus mid, Linus worrying about the A push, and 3 players getting B lane control. Plopski just swallowed that, didn't he? Down to 43. But they do have the map territory they're looking for. Oh, they might get a kill here. Device. Around that smoke.
Device actually spurred forwards. He wants to catch him on the retreat. Dexter's so lucky to be alive. One more bullet could have locked him in. And this is obviously a very favorable AWP angle. That fallback AWPing style, you can take that pretty much for free, as long as you're starting to touch that A key.
Here we go.
Double scope. No, he's willing to peek over it. NiP starting to walk middle as well, and it's timed to perfection. That nade, despite being smoked off, a good read. Frozen contains them with damage. Battered, bruised. Advantage Mouse. Oh, and a good timing for that incendiary. That will force Rez off the line.
Acor's had to dip back to watch mid. They know Hampus loves to lurk around that position once he gets control. That could be good night for Mouse.
40 seconds, dude. If Dexter drops that smoke at 30, they're going to run out of time. Nice shot from Bemis. And now NiP, they have to respect the smoke. They're going to have about 15 seconds. Hampus's flank may be the determining factor here. 3 hitting from the front, Hampus from the back. Frozen to contain it. 20 seconds. They're going to have about, 15. And damn, Plopski quick on the react, and Hampus suddenly fills the feed as well. NiP can do this. Acor still posted up on the ramp. The pre-fire is good. Device shuts him down. Bomb needs to go down. They could deny it. Spraying into the smoke wildly. It's Hampus's flank that ruins it all. And he's put NiP straight back into contention.
ropz is 14-3 right now, but even he is going to think better going for this one right now. A 1-on-3 situation. The round...
Mouse did a lot right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Hampus is making a bit of a signature of that move. Like, we've seen it in the past where he gets through and he stops the rotation, but there he actually just barreled them out in a very, very big way. He takes down Frozen, he even comes through, and Dexter, he's trying to deny the plant, right? That's why he's spamming through the smoke. He could have stayed alive, he could have hidden, but either way, he's kind of pinned. And
he's also been handed, like, a dud situation, which he has one possible chance to deny the entire round.
Yeah, so look, you have to really big thumbs up to NiP for not losing their cool, because you were right, the clock is such a big problem, but it's almost like they're just playing one bomb site simulator at that point. A wasn't even a concern. Now, headset off from Hampus, we are seeing what should be another technical timeout here. And we'll see what nuggets Alex and I have in the back of our brains.
Oh, by the way, I got some responses.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people saying that they're watching on their PC. We've even got someone showing off a triple monitor setup.
Ooh, getting real fancy. In the hotel room, I had 2 monitors, and then I plugged a HDMI into the TV. So I had like a 2-monitor, 1 television setup going on. I don't know why I needed that, but I don't have it anymore. Any other juicy comments in there, or what's going on?
Justice says, I usually watch on my TV and my neighbors can hear you squeal.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, actually, your neighbors don't hear us. They think it's you.
Yeah, that's true.
They think it's you losing your mind. So you can thank us for that at any time. This is Hampus on the flank.
This was his 2nd contribution, his 3rd as well onto Dexter in the end.
And Dexter low from that early device exchange where... Now, that actually is a good thing that we can talk about here is that deeper smoke... Oh, we're back underway. Never mind. Don't worry. We don't have to get into that conversation. Thank you. Default spread. Same deal from NiP here. 3 towards B, Hampus mid, Linus over towards A. This is the standard from Ninjas.
It's very interesting. Acor only hangs around mid until Frozen's tucked in on towards Donut, right? Then he can start to back up B if there's any whispers of aggression from the Ninjas in Pajamas. Bemis pushed up a little. Linus, again, on his default, is responsible for the A-halls. He wants to make sure no one starts taking early info pushes. If ropz was to go for something like that, they'd lose a lot of ground very, very quickly.
We've seen NiP already today be diligent in the clears here of the lamps area.
Can't hold the line. That's a great Molotov. A smoke response does deny.
Oh, but they have to back off. So territory's almost granted to NiP, but that smoke might slow them down, going for that aggression. Dexter on the jiggles with the flash. So yeah, you bang on, playing it very much like the top of banana, just so you can't get executed on without info.
There's the re-smoke.
That smoke right there is the one I'm talking about. I think they're throwing it like that intentionally so they can creep down behind it and they can peek up more towards the back of the B lane. If they smoked off doors, they wouldn't be facilitated with a play like this.
I'm with you. And you can peek above this box. He's chosen not to. What is he up to?
Is he going to get flashed? Are they going to flash for him?
Flash would be perfect. They're all looking. He does push it in.
Oh!
Goes device, not another. ropz in the meantime did knock down that A lurk. Plopski's pushing into the side though, and he's not going to stop, especially now Akor's missed his shot. Rez taking a bit of a chance, and he's found Akor. They're into the site. The smokes will bloom, even a deep dropped as well. Rez for a third. Device denied. It's not Device, it's Dexter. What am I talking about? Regardless, Plopski and hampus make it just hampus. A smoke shot from ropz. He's really farming now. I think his performance on Mirage bothered him. 17 and 3. And hampus, that bomb's ticking in his favor, but how is he supposed to contain this? 1 on the defuse, 2 to defend, multiple angles. Frozen would need to die now. The swing comes in. ropz will make it 18. As mousesports secure another. That's 6 now on the, I was going to say on the trot. It's only 1, of course, in response to NiP's second being posted.
18? Wow.
Yeah, it does.
It did look like a lot before, but 18?
Well, don't forget,
8 rounds.
He got, what, 4 on the pistol?
Yeah.
Then he got 3 on the second round.
Yeah.
And the rest has just been a consistent double frag every time he's come to a retake.
18. All right, then. Well, good stuff from mousesports to keep this lead. And again, the buy from NiP looking a little bit sketchier. AK for Rez, pistols for the rest. Well, hampus it's accelerating very fast.
Great Molotov, but Device is taking a risk. Beamers handles it.
Slowed that one down in a big way.
Yeah, Device really wanted to try and punish. If there was no one there, imagine the map control you've got.
Well, they're coming through.
Here they come. Beamers does get 1.5. And
oh, Jesus. This is all on
moly,
Dexter now.
So fierce. He's got a great shot. ropz will shut him down before he can do any more with it, but Linus is doing the same. If he gets another...
Oh!
Okay, LNZ now with an AK to play with as well. Everyone's deal is so potent. Rez started. Now it's up to Linus to finish. He's playing the waiting game. I wonder if Frozen will just overcook it here. He might. He's got a lot of questions. If he pokes his head out of that groundhog hole, LNZ can play whack-a-mole. 45 seconds. By cutting his noise, he could be all the way towards A by now. Frozen's going to call his bluff. Hits pause himself. Now the question is, on your first S-tier LAN, can you pull that 1v2 out? Fakes it. He peeks it! Oh, so close, dude! That's a heartbreaker. Fair play. Nice try. But Frozen extends it for mousesports. He'll make it 7.
Oh, that was a great attempt there from Linus. A very, very good crack of the whip right there. And those shots with the deagle were phenomenal.
Look at this one from Rez. Bop!
Oh, he's just yeah, he's on the jiggle with the pre-fire there. And this is it. So Linus 1 on 3. Second shot is an absolute beauty as well. And this one right here, he's booked it. He's absolutely booked it.
Oh, it's so odd. I think he was still moving because it looked like his crosshairs on the head. His bullets start connecting to the legs. It's a tough one. It's not going to break his mental, but Frozen did find a crucial frag. In fact, was that his second?
Yeah, that's what we talk about with impact kills, right?
Yeah.
Because winning the clutch like that, that's very, very important to do so because money over there for mousesports, they're having a conversation right now about how they're going to drop things across. So, look, it was important to be able to convert that one. Look, at this stage, 7-2, it is feeling like the first half that NiP had over there on Mirage, right? I think we had a similar scoreline, and then Mouse were able to battle back and get 5. Let's see if NiP can do the same. They kept it costly. And here come the AKs again.
Have we seen them try A?
Other than that force by round where they went for the execute and ropz mowed them down, no. It's been more of that B lean. This time round, it is a different looking setup. 3 close towards middle, 1 over towards B lane, and 1 back out towards the B backyard. 2 in donut here.
That's a super passive A-hole, but makes sense because they can both be so responsive to mid. And A hasn't really been too much of an issue. Rez is lining up something nerdy. That should cover off Akor's angle.
So the thing is, with this passive setup that Mouse are doing, it allows NiP to creep on out, right? They're able to mantle up towards Shelf and get B lane control, or more so from this direction as well. Or they can push up behind the smokes and they can wait for them to fade and try and take some more favorable duels here. So mid's clear. Dexter playing behind this smoke again. Surely they know about the gap here just to the left.
Yeah, and that trajectory is very clear indicator that he should be expecting some trouble. He wants to play close. He's being hunted. He stuns his ground. Device deletes him. Now already 2 men to the good for the Ninjas. Beamers claws one back with a very aggressive push from Rez all the way through red, flanking in towards B. And it's only Beamers here with
No
what,
help.
20
There's
points
no
of health?
help.
What's he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? He's eaten 2 flashbangs. I'm sure they'll clear. And that's the round. NiP looking to put this one into a 7-3 score.
Well, Frozen probably should want to save on this one here, unless they just want to hang around and see what they can find. Those bullets through the smoke let them know they're close, and that's a big shot. Wow. That might open the door here. I say that, ropz is backing off. ropz is going the long way round. If he went up through Shelf and tried to help contest B that way, then maybe, but now the save call has definitely been made, and this is just for the longevity here within this first half.
You've played more Ancient than me, Chad. You know those water steps everyone's kind of keeping their eyes on?
Yeah.
They're only audible if you're pushed up mid, right? Or can you hear them if you're pushed up like hampus in position?
I think what they're saying is that it's buggy in the sense that if you make water noise anywhere, that it can be heard. Whereas that's why you see them start.
Bug.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not going to happen every time.
Look, I don't want to make a comment on that because for me, when we're playing it, we don't actually get players rotating back through there that we notice, right? When they leave spawn, they leave spawn. So, look, I think I saw Stiko was tweeting about it quite a lot. So if he's listening, I'm sure he could maybe give a bit more of a detailed explanation that we could get out there for all the people at home. I don't want to comment on it.
No, but I also completely echo the sentiment that, you know, in a official map in the pool, there should be no chances for that kind of thing to be happening, which it can, you know, the fact that it could ruin a round, that's the part that bothers us.
Even with the spam, right? Like a lot of people, a Reddit thread gets made every week at this point, and I tweeted it out the other day. Valve have told me that they're going to fix the wallbangs in the next update. We just haven't had
the next
another
update.
update.
So 2022.
Okay. Well, it might be sooner than that.
Oh, that's a oopsie from Linus. I think he just went for a unnecessary reload, overly exposed for a second, and ropz knocks his head off. He's been previously occupying that A-halls. This time, ropz has gone for a very aggressive maneuver, and now, let's just quickly look at where he is. He's gone, pushed A-halls, got the frag, and he's practically fully pushed into mid.
Yeah, reason for that is if you're NiP, you don't want to retake those A main corridors, right? This is not a fight Frozen wants to take here. He just needs to jiggle this or hide and tuck into a corner, because that MP9, not good at range. They've actually crept past him, and ropz is ready for this. Frozen has been spotted now. This is about to accelerate.
Yeah, ropz is ready. Previously in the A-halls, now ready to deal with them. They're not looking. 1, 2, easy as that. A-core shuts down Rez, and now just one remaining device. Oh, deleted. Plopski left to his own devices.
Nice round. There was a couple of MP9s in the mix there. They're able to pick up some AKs, get their buy looking a little bit better. Good stuff from Mouse. They've won the half.
Also explains why ropz is throwing a little aggression into the mix. He had the big gun, had to find that opening frag, and did.
What's he up to now? 21, 162 ADR. He's only died 4 times.
I mean, impact just all over the map.
This is great work, yeah. It feels like he should have had the double there. A-core snatches one away. I think A-core is the name that I need to see warm up a bit more, right? Because he's having a rough go of it in some of these fights. And another limped in by NiP. Look at this. 2 Deagles, 3 AKs. Very few full buys we've seen them have.
That's true. Not out of reach, though.
Especially not with the pre-fires on this B ramp position, right? We've already seen Linus and Rez hit a couple of absolute bangers.
Yeah, I look forward to the first ancient pre-fire map, actually. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, actually. I wonder if that exists yet. I wonder if Casey Foster's been working on that one.
Oh, so blind. Not spotted. Beamers just took a jiggle. They are walking on in through lamps into cave. No resistance at all. Now that is a lot of ground covered without any hard work. Beamers is tucked in. A very potent 3-man crossfire here on Ancient, but the smokes will deny a lot. It may just leave one man on his own. Beamers could be isolated here. They respond with a Molotov. It looks like they want to push ahead of the smokes. They've even got a gap there. They'll block it. Oh! Beamers strafes through the flames. Stands, delivers just the one. Plopski with the trade.
The smoke's going to be fading soon. They have to re-smoke it.
They can. An underhand jobby. Minus to plant, can't be denied. That's a good dink from Frozen, but not enough. Damage inflicted, they are low. But 3 members of mousesports quickly put even lower, 6 feet lower. And that's the end of that. 8-4, NiP respond in kind. If they can close that gap, looks like we could be seeing a very competitive half. It's good to see NiP's Ancient tested. The fact that they were willing to bring it into a best-of-1 environment against the underdog implied they had confidence in it. But now up against a well-drilled mouse, it seems that their practice over at the Games Without Borders, they were playing it a lot. I think that's a great opportunity for them to have a kind of quote-unquote, air quotes, official on the map. It's definitely looking like mousesports can at least play their own game here.
ropz has brought out the AWP here. Aco's just down to a Deagle, so they have Force-Sport in mousesports. Now, I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. It doesn't make, you know, a lot of the time you think it might not make sense to the primary AWP not having it, but Aco's playing B. And I feel like once he gets smoked off, he's useless. And that's not because he's useless, it's because the gun within the smokes, you're going to have a really rough time.
And ropz can guarantee no A plays, and he can probably save.
Yeah, right. He's in a position where he can play for a lot of that info, speculative shots through the smoke there. They know something is up. And Bemis, he's not backing down. He's just hanging around in this one.
Dude.
Oh, they're doubling up.
Rez. This will make and break him. 2 targets to find. He could get 1. Dexter with a crucial trade, faffing around his nades, cost him his life. And Acor, loud Plopski advancing towards his location, readies himself with the armored Deeg.
Acor needs this. Oh no, nightmare.
Will do nicely. If he could just somehow not strafe into devices. Oh, he will. And so B looks undefended. ropz is on his way. He looks like he wants to at least try and have some impact as he gets smoked off, though. Oh, does he? No gap there. He's posted up in time, doesn't pull the trigger. He's been spotted. He will peek into device, and that's the end of that. Frozen, very disconnected from the pack. Bomb going down, courtesy of LNC.
Frozen probably not going to want to save a FAMAS here, but he may as well. This is where the game goes from looking like a very, very strong first half from Mouse, as Device will finish off Frozen just there, to a very close scoreline, right? It will have to be the eco. mousesports have no choice. They have to take the save, and then next round, the final round here within that first half, they'll buy back in. But it's just, look, now you've given them 6, and then you're staring down the barrel of 8-7. So what was a good half is quickly getting closed on down as far as the scoreline is concerned. Here's the problem with this for Dexter. Because he's gone to pull out a nade, he had the CZ. And as we all know, that gun takes a bloody long time to pull on back out. So as soon as he gets caught in that limbo, that's it. If he was granted an extra second, maybe he can smoke it off. Or if he kept his pistol up, maybe he gets a second kill. But either way, he found himself between decisions.
It's a nice little boost angle for Frozen to have a pot shot. But yeah, there's a reason Henry used to call it the IKEA pistol.
Look.
You've got to build it every time you pull it out.
I understand all the reasons for nerfing it. When JW had that in his hands with the AWP before it got that nerf, it was absolutely ridiculous.
Whew, Device given a warning shot across the bow. That's if he was a boat. But he's a human man.
Across the Frau?
Frau? Like the woman?
Oh, no, brow.
The bow. That's
well,
what
the bow of the boat, but the brow.
Oh, I like what you're doing. My brain couldn't quite compute
Well,
it.
I said Frau when I meant to say brow, so
yeah.
we get there in the end. That's the German coming on through.
Across the Frau, that would be a very different shot. Yeah.
Execution here. Hampus only has 5 kills.
Yeah, but some impact.
Hail Mary Zeus attempt there.
All right, so we've got our final round of the first half of our second map of our best of 3 here at the play-ins.
You can see with the updated HUD in the top right, because I saw some people asking about it, you know, whose map is next, who picked it, who won at the scores, all that information. Tidy.
Top right.
Tidy. Can't miss it.
Only you'll see that at the start in the strat time every single time. Ancient and Dust 2, should we need the decider. Speaking of Dust 2, I wonder how the B stream is going for map 2. The Vitality Spirit going down on that B stream if you're interested. And I mean, I don't have to tell you, NiP on their standard default.
Yeah, this is just what they go to time and time again, and actually Rez is taking a lot of liberties here.
Yeah, but Frozen's tucked in. This could be a
Hello.
freebie. Oh, Rez does go checking it, expecting more company in middle. Acor lured out of his lights angle. Bemis baits him with the step. Plopski between 2 different fights here. But he's gone across. tiniest margins will separate these angles here. Hampus looking to rejoin the pack, so regrouping for the B finish. And it's not like mousesports are absent of players and presence here. Dexter to be tested now, smoke's deployed. He can't be caught with another nade in his hand. He has to just keep that gun on. Acor tucks in to respond, needs to support him. Good find, Dexter unloads the mag. A second, not quite, as Plopski tagged to 6, will be able to get that bomb down. Unable to contest. 3-on-3 after plant scenario. Frozen coming in from Shelf. If they could just, take down Device. The rest are so low. That's perfect. ropz has taken the only healthy member down. The rest just falling into place. And mousesports looking to extend their lead going into that half. Plopski, multiple angles, too many men. We will see 9 posted by the mousesports squad, and they needed that. A strong posting from the CT half. NiP kept honest. 9-6. We'll take a break. When we come back, the second half, we'll find out if we get to see Dust 2. And one of these teams could be very well locking themselves in for the main event. Stay tuned.
In the past, we've seen him on maps like Nuke, a map where the AWP should not be proficient, and he makes it work. So they don't step out of their bounds unless they have a play that they can make.
Is he really going to take this fight again? It's Creep versus Zorb, but precise as always. It was 6 in a row, and he's got back. Ready to get things started. Ancient. Seen 2 games of Ancient so far here on the main stream, so chances are, if this is an indicator of things to come, we're going to be seeing a whole lot of it at IEM Cologne.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind. Very beautiful map, Ancient, isn't it? It's the newest of the pool. I love the color scheme.
Especially now we've had MC, Jakey, and Rush, or actually
flyovers,
beautiful fly-throughs. I couldn't agree anymore.
Now we got
all that util up to. Dexter and ropz have a plan. Could just be the double smokes B. Like
going towards B.
Here we are. He's got, oh god, this is going to be quick. Oh, the util raining down immediately. Plopski, Linus, Device, they know what's coming. And Plopski's got a very bouncy beamers. Oh, it doesn't matter, needs a fresh clip. Finally shut down, but the CTs have filled the feed. Blue on brown. Just ropz, Acor. Bomb on the back of Acor, he'd love that USP. He's going digging for it. Oh, we found a new bomb stuck location, I guess.
Can you not get it?
Don't think so, but we do have that replay machine audio up.
Okay, they're making it around to this.
Yeah, that felt long range. Rez all the way down at the back of mid. And ropz is taking space. He's just beaten them to Temple, and that's a quick one from ropz.
2v2 now.
Yeah, they've turned this around. It's getting competitive once again. 23. This is his map right now. He's got all the headshot angles. He's very comfortable with his angle management already on such a new map in the pool. Here we go. 2 pushing in. They've got a kit, but they're not hurrying in straight away. ropz will knock him down. Get out of his server. Ancient is his map, and mousesports is his team. 10 to NiP 6.
Having a bit of a game, old ropzy boy here. If you missed the first pistol, we almost got an ace on that one. 4 massive kills when they were down in a 2-1. It was a 5-on-3 situation, and here able to, with Acor in tandem, get themselves back into another. So NiP, they're in a bit of trouble now. We'll be going for a 4-spy, and maybe if we do get an eco after this, I can just speak through what Steeko has been telling us about this water bug situation. Let's get through this round first. Straight out middle. Miss smoke from the CTs. Nade on the feet of Frozen. Chunked on down to 48. And the frag for hampus is quickly traded back. Acor to respond.
Okay. Full investment. NiP keeping it level. They won't be complaining. Certainly not a weapon to be retrieved, but a body drop. The Spirit Vitality game is as close as can be over on that B stream. Looks like we're going to be seeing mousesports just take a crawl towards the much less popular site. Now, Device is in Donut, so anybody makes a sound cue, he will be able to communicate presence.
This is a good call with the weaponry that they have, right? Rifles are good at range. Reza Smoke might delay this. There's no way they push forward here. It would be such a risk. Oh, they're going.
Here we go. Straight in. That's brave. Rez is holding a nice line. He can't finish the job. Does on the third. Dexter down. This force bite looks like it's got some teeth, Chad.
This is big problems. They need to get tempo control here. They can't plant the bomb.
This is the swing. Rez, if he could just find ropz, that's quick again on the Deagle. Double from the A defender. The bomb is down and ticking. Beamer's clawing one back, looking for the 2v3. 1v3, Acor steps up and knocked down. They are going to respond quickly. Seems the Swedes are not interested in letting Mouse run away with it.
Oh, dearie me. Rez right there. You have to know when you're going into that A site that those long-range fights are a possibility. And I thought that that was going to work in their favor, knowing that they had the rifles. But it felt like they weren't awares of these angles, and Rez is able to profit.
Look at this onto ropz, though. Like, he's not there. He's not. His crosshair's in the wrong place, and that is hot.
Yeah, great round here from
Indisputably
Rez.
hot.
Beautiful round there from Rez. And now, well, they got the bomb down Mouse, so they should be bouncing back with a force buy of their own here. It makes sense just to keep this CT economy under the pump. Yet to see them buy, and oh, actually, it looks like they're going to be going for an eco. So I can let you know what Stiko said. He's responded. It's crazy that he was actually watching and listening. Well, actually, it's not crazy he was watching. It's crazy he was listening, right? We know that most of them put us on mute. So Stiko has said, bug is random. It happens very often, though. If you are running, jumping, okay, there you go, perfect example. In the water, there is a much higher chance of triggering it compared to walking. Worst is you never hear it yourself if you trigger water bug, but teammates' opponents can. It's heard across the map.
Yeah, so something similar to that overpass nonsense we had
when you
before.
drop in the water, yeah.
You know, where like the whole camera sounds like it's underwater, but another one.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. So, because that's the thing. We have played an awful lot of Ancient, whereas for us,
Well, you don't hear it yourself, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not something that even came across our mind here, but that's good. We get the pros on the goes and get the official statements coming through.
I definitely don't argue that the until it's resolved, why not just remove it, you know? That's if that's something that's going to be happening here at IEM Cologne. A real shame. Bombs loose in mid. Beamers and Acor just left to go ahead and just see what they can do. The double Glock party.
If we're really quiet, we can hear the players communicating.
Hey, really?
If you put your ear up to the television. Yeah, that.
I did hear it.
Sounds like a World War II radio.
Yeah.
In the distance.
In the other room.
Yeah.
In the room.
But they're there. They're just there.
Oh, imagine if we just monitored
Well,
that audio
we're
reactively.
tweaking things.
Yeah.
We're tweaking things. We're gonna get it tweaked, and I'm sure that we're getting more and more of that plugged into everybody's eardrums
Certainly.
or ear sockets.
Do we have ear sockets?
Well, that was because you get plugging it into your ears, so ear sockets.
Like a kind of meta dad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We're
fair
working
play.
on those.
Fair play.
All right. Well, guns back out.
So, standard, very similar default. It seems like teams have cracked it in that sense. Just go for that 3-1-1, makes a lot of sense. And we're off to the races. Well, Beamer's just pushing straight in. He's gone. Oh, and another Linus. Finds himself a double and immediately seizes control of the round. Round 19, already issues. Acor's brought a T-side up. He spent all of his pennies, and now he's going to have to try and fill the role of what previously was 3 on that B side of the map.
So the mid-smoke being lined up here from Dexter, so they can take some space. But it can't just fall to ropz. He can't be the only man dropping bombs. He just limped out. Did his smoke miss over towards A there? It's not looking great.
It would be rather upsetting, wouldn't it, if we not only see Mihu have a superstar LAN game and fail, to see ropz have a superstar LAN game and not get to see him do it again on the third. But NiP, definitely looking competitive on this half. We could be looking at Ninjas in Pajamas, fully upper bracket run to that main event.
Would be great to get it done in one day, right? You just come in, you play both your matches, you through to that main event, you get that day off tomorrow to kind of relax, go over anything new, and watch the other teams play here. 2-on-5, not looking likely, especially now that that smoke has dropped. Is the save going to be called here? They can just live in cave, right? They don't even have to push onto the site. Just tuck on in, wait this one out. Oh, spotted. Device has seen them. He knows the boost is going on.
Cancel that, sir.
They're going to get locked in. The mid push is coming from Shelf as well. They might lose everything here. Not after time, Mouse. This would be an absolute calamity.
Oh, you're not wrong. They might
Defend,
wait. They might wait.
defend.
They might wait. I think they are. They're being proper nerds about it. No, hampus does give the fight, but they'll come after time. 2 seconds, 1 second. Rez is there. He's not pushing any further. Plopski didn't even have any interest in it either. So they'll get away. No stress. At least they get to maintain their weapons. But Linus, let's not forget, that round was determined in the opening 10.
Yeah, great double from him, right? And that position, especially if teams aren't smoking it out the gate like we see NiP do on their side, it's a pivotal position for the CTs. Because if you can control this and they're giving you the avenue to fight, you are denying one key way to get over and take that top mid control. So great stuff here from NiP. And it's forced another timeout out of mousesports, who will need to talk this one through. With those 2 saved guns, the money isn't there for the rest of the players on the team, but this is the problem. Right now, for ropz and ACOR, there's no loss bonus, right? So unless they can have a threatening round with these 2 saved guns and plant, then maybe you're better off forcing behind the AWP and that AK. These are the questions and the conversations that are being had right over there on that mouse campus. Smiles on the faces. Threat is loving it.
Love that I can hear him.
Just clap louder. All right, all right. What are they going to opt for here? The conservative approach is probably where mousesports will lie. You can see slight investments. Frozen's into a Deagle. P250 for BMAS, a little bit of U2 and a P250 for Dexter. So they need to make sure they keep this one competitive. Otherwise, the save is almost in vain. Let's see how much they can milk out of these 2 rifles. Over towards A they go.
Interestingly enough, Plopski's not chosen to play anything more forward on that B side of the map, so there's no info for the Ninjas at this point in time. No sound cues for hampus in that donut either. He hasn't heard a peep, just that smoke. Rez currently surveying the perimeter, and if, as it fades, Rez is exposed, I imagine ACOR, with his eye pressed to that scope, has a pretty damn good shot at opening up. Fires off the shot, doesn't connect. Rez probably calling for backup now. One of the 2 weapons is there, and oh, they're all there. Device catching one on the cross. More bodies dropped. No one's on the boost just yet. They're considering it. Hampus crouch, does strike, and down goes ropz. This round has fallen apart. It's only ACOR. And damn, Device ready for the fight. 10 to 10, as you discussed, not as justified in that save now.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Look at the economy on the left-hand side of your screen. ACOR and ropz, because of no loss bonus in the previous, are now operating with under the amount of money they need to buy. So if you knew you were going to be taking a save, oh, they're not. Okay, never mind. I'll bite my tongue. They're going to force. And this is what we saw a lot from NiP within that first half. 3 AKs and a couple of Deagles. Well, now Mouse, they're doing their best.
Ooh. Counter-Strike news, hot off the press.
Okay.
8 minutes ago, Fnatic are doing an update to their CSGO roster. Golden moved to the inactive roster.
Well, that's kind of fallen apart, hasn't it? Frozen, let's see. Just pushed out mid. They've extinguished that Molotov. They're taking space, and that's putting a lot of pressure here on these donut holders. Rez has to drop back, trying to bait in. And it's worked.
It worked wonderfully. He might even get a second here. Dexter neutralizes. BMAS and Dexter, a lot to do on those weapons. ropz can recover it if he survives. He grabs the AK now. Rez pulls out. Man advantage for these CTs here, and this is it, the breaking point. Plopski, a lot to do if they choose to challenge. Instead, opting for a stroll down lane. Heading towards ramp. That's the domain of Device. He's actually just repositioned. There could be a small window for mousesports to strike. He will be posted up in time. Util deployed. Device smoked off. He could be ahead of it. Oh, but spotted. Yeah, BMAS neutralized. 2 to go. ACOR and ropz. The bomb's on its way in. Smoke up. Definitely locks and denies that orb. He might just take a pot shot. They're not far off. Nothing connects. Plopski, can he wallbang and deny? The answer's no. And ACOR tries to strike. Plopski's got his head on a swivel. And ropz has just got an impossible scenario to dig his teeth into. I like the off angle. Ooh, quick and precise onto Rez. There's a world. A parallel universe, perhaps, where he's already knocked Device down as well.
I can't even fault ACOR for that swing there, right? As soon as a player starts committing to the spam in that environment, it's like, are you serious, bro? Like, yeah. ACOR swinging like that, you're going to give it a crack. Now, that plant means everything because max loss bonus is in play. Now we can get a full gun round out of Mouse, right? Otherwise, we're probably going to be a little bit shy, just a little bit shy, or Galils instead of these AK-47s. So this coming out, this is almost the last-ditched attempt for mousesports because they haven't been able to set any rhythm towards this T side. They haven't been able to establish we can take this site, we can take this map control and force you on back. Here we go. Hampus aggressive, playing behind his Molotov. The smoke will land. He's going to jump on up, mantling the boxes, pushing on through. And he might swing with a flash here. Here it comes.
They're tucked in. Anti.
Nothing.
No one's threatened just yet. Frozen closest to that contact.
A little bit of pace taken off this one. Minute 10 on the clock. Looks like they might just be posturing for a B hit here, but you can see how much more confidently Device is willing to pick on down that B ramp. It felt like Acor was bullied back into more passive scenarios, so a little bit of util out towards A, top mid. That's a fluff smoke, I think. This is a huge gap top mid.
No gambly. Device has headed all the way back to CT. I think he was concerned about A, now through mid, pressured off the line. Linus loses info.
Device is going to pick it now. This could be big.
Well,
they're not going to expect this.
Yeah, it's ropz as well to take the swing. One up shelf. That's the fight. Damn, Device doesn't miss. An unpredictable swing. Shuts it down. Plopski's been thriving on this angle. They like to bounce their head off the door as they go through. Pre-aim and pre-fire. Frozen makes it 4v4. Linus, untested. Vision back. There's Frozen that steps into his spray. Big find, quick response. Beamers keeps it competitive again. That bomb will be going down. Acor makes sure of that.
Is there a gap here?
Yeah, he can work with that. He can. It's only the P250.
He got
did
one?
Get the head. Now maybe a 1v2 that Hampus will give a good go. He's got a smoke flash. Kit, plenty of time. And both of them in that one-shot headshot radius. Range, that's the word I'm looking for. Radius is shapes, Alex. Ether holds his breath. First found, one more to go. Dropping that smoke, he's just gonna hold it, costs him his life. Dexter ready to respond. And that'll make it 11-11. You know, those are angel numbers, Chad.
11-11.
Yeah, you got to make a wish, I think.
I thought that was like the bone on the leg and the...
Something about angels.
Angels, all right. Well, this was a phenomenal shot from Frozen. That was fabulous. This one here, I can't believe Device got anything. I don't even think it was aiming at BMAS. And a real crack here from Hampus, right? Not trying to be tricky with it. Just smoke the fuse, call the bluff of Dexter. Dexter just straight off that swing and a big round to win. Back underway we go. Money's still there. Buys back out for both sides here, but if Mouse win this, they can break the economy of the Ninjas. Double AWPs. Rez is into a big green, same for Device. And they're going back towards A. They've had no luck over towards A. It's felt very flat. Stepping out before the U2, getting picked apart, losing a 4-spy over this side of the map, and they want to have a look in again.
Jumping for info. I think Rez caught a glimpse of it. Oh, he baited it. Acor, that is a play. Out AWPs the secondary. Rez is shut down.
Warning shot from Hampus, so they know that somebody else is close, and that's forced out another rotation here. Device second has come over to fill the position of Rez. Now mid control being taken. This is looking better from Mouse. They're playing with the rotations here, forcing NiP across the map and tucking in towards Donut. Will be Hampus now. It's a 2-2 split. This is almost perfect for Mouse. This is regroup territory, hit the side together, trade efficiently, and that should be round done.
Access through mid. Hampus, he has to hold this line, right? He has to hold at some point the cross through mid. If not, it's going to come down to his teammate Device. And so he does play a more passive line. This time peeking in, he's lost his life as well. Dexter shuts him down. They've really not got many opportunities left. Device is going to have to do it all. And if he doesn't, they'll play for the save. If he finds the first and
loose.
perhaps shuts down another, they'll start to see the rotate. Plopski, Linus, both on the way. Bomb can't be denied unless Device was to go wide. He'll wait and bide his time for a potential retake. Plenty of kits, plenty of nades.
Oh, team flash there. Device is blind up by his squad. They're coming in. They're going for this?
They're thinking about it. ropz wants to swing. I don't hate it. Plopski spots one. ropz to swing out. Oh, no! They've lined up and suddenly, yes, they will be going for it, Chad. I have no doubt in my mind. It's like 3 smokes. There's 3 players. Acor with 1. Needs the AK to deny. Linus is so heavily tagged. He's still not dead.
Oh, they're
Somebody
taking him
get him
out.
off the ball. Oh, no! Ah, that's so silly. 10 HP. Linus clutches up. Oh, wow. I don't know what happened there. It looked like he was taking so much damage so consistently, and then it just stopped.
They pivoted to the player on top of the box to the side, right? And this here is the real drama. ropz swings out, and it just lines up for the double. That should never have happened.
It just stopped.
Oh, he's tucked in as wide as he can.
Find him.
No, no, no. That is horrible there for Mouse.
I don't think they weren't even going to go for it until Device hit that first AWP shot.
Look at this. Rez is getting aggressive now. This is the first time we're seeing this play from NiP. Is ropz going to be ready for it? He just cleared, but now he's creeping on in.
Yeah, ropz is going to do his due diligence. He'll clear his corners. Right? Whew, whew. Dink exchange. ropz's weapon's just better. Forces Device immediately to kind of forego mid completely, and understandably so. A full commitment.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is insane. hampus is tucked in, and now he's playing passive behind the box. So they're opting to allow Mouse to execute onto the bomb site. The swing from hampus will come late. Device can swing from Donut and be a distraction here, and they can set up a bit of a crossfire. Smokes are being lined up. A minute on the clock. They rain on out. It's going to be the A hit.
He has to just wait, right? hampus is just going to have to bide his time.
The rotation's coming. Everyone's going to be here.
Off. He'll play in front of it, I imagine. They are boosted up. They're mollying. Does he burn?
Not going to spread.
Oh, that's perfect. And now he strikes. Perfect chance. He's in unison with Device. Acor spotted out as well. ropz just the late prong in mid. He's tagged him with the leg shot, bailed out by the flashes and smokes of his teammate. A good find from Acor, just as his vision was denied by the flash. If he could find Device, he's actually pre-aimed it. He's got some serious awareness, this Dane. And Device,
no!
It's to perfection. Pin pull just as he takes that fight. And now from behind, ropz with the first of 3.
I think he's saving this one. 15 seconds left. If he had a little bit more time, maybe he has a look in, but that's great from Device, just pivoting like that in all of the chaos. That sound cue, less likely to be heard, and a fantastic position. So great stuff here from NiP to get 13.
And seeing the timing of as soon as he sees Device's name in the kill feed, hampus is just going. As many as he can find. Unchecked as well, and with the silencer, that's what you were screaming about, right? Like, they can't make the call.
Especially with that molly, right? Because to play the box, like hampus is right here, it's super risky. It's a risk and a half, right? So the fact that that molly's there, he's played behind that box, they're not going to be expecting that angle. The silencer makes it harder to identify. They're already worried about so many different positions, and NiP, they've snatched away the lead, and the round timeline says it all. These T-halves have been kept very honest. Only 2 rounds so far for Mouse, and yeah, look, it's starting to get dire out here. This A bomb site has just been the devil. 2 smokes used as well right there. Flustered Mouse. They've just dropped 2 smokes to deal with 1 Molotov. That's a lot of resources to be dipping on in.
Honestly, I think that ninja...
It's rattled them big time.
It's rattled them completely. Oh, he's going to be having nightmares of that one. He's just going to go into the offline server and... Oh, it looks like we have waved goodbye to our first team of IEM Cologne. Bad news bears a short-lived trip across the pond. LDLC throwing the knockout blow. Still sitting on that boost, and it could pay off. Flashes him off. Oh no, in the totem. It's actually the base taken, uprooted.
It's crumbling here for Mouse. It's a 4-on-5, and they don't really have any map control to speak of. This setup towards B, it never looks like they're wincing, especially I mentioned before, just Device is more than happy to keep picking. It's on ropz. He's going to get flashed. He's blind through the smoke. hampus pushes, takes down another 3-on-5 situation here. And we're 35 seconds left. It has to be the B hit map control for NiP.
Device, sharp. Another body down. mousesports running out of chances, running out of players, and hampus makes short work of another. Between the 2 of them, Device and hampus, they take all 5, and NiP are sprinting towards the finish line here.
Oof, the money situation, right? We could talk about the max loss bonus to the cows come home. It's not going to make a difference, right? We've seen the full buy rounds. We've even seen really good approaches out of Mouse. It's just fumbled across those final marks. When they've gone for the A pieces, the only one that looked good was when they had the majority of their forces come through Donut. And the reason that is because the bomb site is under their control, right? They're able to plant, they're able to get it down. They just flubbed the ending. And I feel that round, we would be seeing such a different affair out of this game.
Yeah, right.
NiP would have been strapped for cash.
They weren't even going to go for it, I promise. Device gets 1, the rest falls into place. Linus shows up in a big way, as well as that Plopski double. Here we go. It's just going to be armored pistols, keeping it responsible to ensure they can at least put up a best fight possible from that 15, should they concede. Full 5-man gather of mousesports.
What are they working with here? 1 smoke, 2 flashes. They have to hope that they're just able to run over NiP here, who have 3 players towards the site, and they've just re-smoked the top of this B ramp. So contained indeed, and here we go, creeping up. Acor, he's got 20 kills to his name. He's going to need a few more.
Good chance for Plopski to do a lot of damage. The nade does too. Device to finish things off. He's got his USP should he require. Deagle shuts him down. Acor so low. Dexter's gone as well. There's nothing left for him there. 15 NiP, they're starting to feel it. And so are we. Great work from audio. You can hear starting to feel like I'm there.
Yeah, we're almost there with the players right now, and this is it. You're here in that LAN environment. The hype is there. The hype is real. And that nuke that landed as they ran into Plopski, right? They were shut out at that point. Short device goes on down, but mopping it up. Linus, he's here. And there's no fear with that kid. He's happy to take the fights. He doesn't look like a fish out of water. He doesn't seem to shy away from any of these moments, which is great to see. But here it is, the last-ditch attempt.
I mean, he was the one that somehow, some way broke mousesports. At least they're mental. Myth has done everything he can now. You've called the timeout. You've got the full buy. As a coach, now all you can do is just bite your nails and hold your breath, because here we go, 10-second countdown before we do get into round 27. NiP, series point. 4 opportunities to lock yourselves in for the main event. Threat, probably in a similar boat to Mytha now. Just wants to see it over the line.
All right, what's the approach? Early smokes out mid here. 1 towards top mid, 1 over towards lamps. Just aiming for this control once more. Very quick on this. A little bit of damage done. Plopski's hearing the footsteps. They know the attack's coming, and hampus, he takes the peek.
He missed the shot. Acor whiffs the first, thankfully shuts him down. It's cost him a great deal of health. And no, he's not just going to walk through. He is, and Device is just ready for it. Deagle equipped. Treated himself to a sidearm, and it's come into fruition here. 4 frags separating them from the main event. mousesports to be sent spiraling into the lower bracket. And Rez finding another. Acor will not live on. Back to B for the regroup. Linus late to the party. He's going to be the only man from the Ninjas there. That's interesting. Suppose Plopski tucked in actually on the lights. Here it comes. Testing him just on the jiggle. He nearly gets them both, and he does! He transfers into Frozen, and mousesports looking like a lower bracket. We'll have to play the winner of EG Vici. Bemis up against the wall. It's Plopski to lock it in. Ninjas in pajamas secure themselves a ticket to the main event. Looking good and reunited on LAN, taking down the mousesports squad 2-0. Convincing fashion.